The men have to prove themselves. His first fight is to prove he is the proper heir to the throne. His next fight will be to prove not only that he is the king but that he is willing to fight for the throne. If he is seen as weak, then the other siblings will rise up to throw him out. In order to do that, they will have to be more vocal about the Inganyama Trust. So we have a build-up happening now within one of the royal houses. He will have to choose, be a good loyal Zulu king and go with his nation's wishes of having a land trust, or be weak in the eyes of his people. Listen to the ANC government of a failed state that most Zulus hate. Can you see where the tensions will come in here? Either he gives in to the ANC and the demands, then he is kicked out, replaced by a sibling willing to prove and fight for his nation. Those on top fight the hardest. It's quite possible that we are going to see the slow build-up of Zulu nationalism that is going to explode as the land question is brought up. The land issue is on the table, we can see this, hence why the new legislation and dismantling security companies. They have to go because they pose a threat to a failing government. So the wheels are about to fall off, the wheel nuts have come undone, you can see them hurling down the road while looking in your review mirror. You can feel the wheels slipping off slowly. It's just a case when you begin to hear the grinding and see the sparks fly. Now if you like arguing about petty things, I advise you not to wear your safety belt and open the windows as wide as you can and make sure the doors are not locked. If you want to live, if you wish to come through the other side, put your safety belt on. The Zulu thing, combined with the immigrant issues we see picking up, the SASSA grants issues, combined with fewer resources, is going to boil down to tribal lines. This is Africa, this is reality, it happens in every country, it happened in Yugoslavia, it's human nature. Scare resources, lack of jobs, no electricity is a recipe for a revolution. Add in foreign nationals, add in tribal issues, throw in the land, throw in the diversity. Throw in the pent-up anger of the people and you have a serious situation that will not be resolved. It's impossible to resolve this now. I do not have a good feeling about Zuma meeting that king in the Eastern Cape. King Dalanyabo, Zuma sat with the EFF, Black Land First, the EFF was sucking up to that same king offering him a car. Something is brewing there and I think that this has to do with the revolution I saw back in 2020. It will more than likely tie in with Ramaphosa being in the spotlight when the media collapses, when he is alone on the world stage. It is brewing with Lindiwe Sisulu. The Zuma saga continues, the Inganyama Trust, the borrowing of the billions. Something is going to have to give or go, and from the dream vision, it seems Ramaphosa is going to be the loose spare tire. That is going to land up out the party, and not only out the party but alone and scared on the world stage when it begins to happen. I had the dream vision of the grass catching alight in the UK, the women will set it off. Now when I had the dream vision, I thought this is very strange. I saw it take place when a woman was asked to take off her mask. In fact, it was demanded of her that her mask be removed. So let's see where this all plays out. The lockdowns continue in some countries relax the rules, while others push on even harder. I said many times before, all these things are for the coming war. It's all in preparation to make sure civilians in the West get in line for their coming rations when it kicks off. This is a difficult one to write because it feels as if I am talking about the same things. Not only talking about the same things, but I put the videos out about Russians moving tanks long before they rolled out their tanks. The media is only now catching up with these events. So we are now watching those dream visions play out. In terms of Russia and the West, we have passed the point of no return. The sending or further sending of troops, weapons, equipment to Ukraine was, I believe, the final straw. Many of the tanks and equipment sent to Belarus and the Ukrainian border was sent before January, and in the early part of January, the Russians had already made up their mind. Their red lines had been firmly established and they mean it. The Russians will now not move an inch. It might die down for a little while, then when it dies down, the media will all claim all is well, but Russia has moved all its heavy equipment over frozen ground. By the time the West catch up, the thaw will have melted. Remember, when the thaw sets in the April or May it will begin. The moves are put in motion. There are a few things which I am awaiting and expecting. A large funeral, a large ceremonial funeral, and where heads of states pour in. All perfectly timed for Russia. Of course Putin will not be there, but all the Commonwealth will be there. This could take place just prior to this, when the laws are scrapped. So the funeral and scrapping of the laws, then those flashes of light in Eastern Europe, the media collapses, Ramaphosa in the spotlight. This Ramaphosa in the spotlight is tied, I believe, also to another one of a brewing unrest or revolution. This we are seeing beginning to play out. Within 6 to 8 weeks I expect things to pick up. I say that due to what was said at Santon by those people demanding jobs, they gave the restaurant 6 weeks to reply. This happens to coincide also with Zuma's trials, so while he is on trial, we will see the players in the background. Zuma's faction making the country ungovernable, and also the land thing is going to come to the foreground again. The main point of this is chaos. This will be a dangerous time. The chaos will make people not see through the fog. The troops in Mozambique, something there does not sit well with me. Something is not right with the amount of troops fighting a handful of Islamic terrorists. If you think about it, if there was chaos in the country, you do not know who pours through the border from there or Zimbabwe. Zuma has a lot of friends in Africa. Zuma was loved by Muhammad Gaddafi in Libya. Do not forget, Zuma probably has more funds at his disposal than the state. He is still sitting on the funds he hid for Gaddafi. Where is that money? What is it being used for? What can those funds be used for? But not to worry, just ask those intellectual liberal fools who have been 100% wrong about 100% of everything going on in South Africa today. Liberals are useful idiots, they make for good shark food. That's about it, and the danger is then that you poison the shark. Sir, I would not suggest it. So we have 11 months left, 11 months and 5 days left of the year. The Dream Vision timeline says all complete by December 2022. What that means, we watch as it unfolds. Does it mean everything is literally fulfilled, as in everything is complete, or does it mean everything is complete and playing out? I do not know. I sit here and watch events unfold like all of you. I see it, I put the videos online, and I also just sit watching them unfold. Last year, I had the opportunity to be shown the Dream Visions, praise the Almighty, the Russian Dream Vision of the tanks rolling out. It's happening. The Russians in the western portion of Europe with Step 1 complete is playing out. I suspect the missiles will be put up in Belarus soon. I also suspect we will see the ship get sunk that I saw. I saw that American ship get sunk. I do not know if it is a metaphor or if it is a literal event. Where we will see it happen, but I do see today in the news that the NATO partners think that pushing a fleet of ships around Russia is a good thing. This is not Afghanistan, Iraq or Syria. When this thing goes, when the lid blows off of this, there is only so much any nation can be pushed, and Russia have been pushed to the brink, or as mentioned, are they doing the pulling? I believe Russia is in full control of what is happening. The division that is being sown in Europe is picking up, with the first NATO member pulling out as of today, which is Croatia, and watch more of them become neutral, and then it's bad news for the West. With that, I will leave you. Should something major happen, should I have a dream vision or a dream vision be fulfilled, I will put it up. Thank you for your comments, thank you for your kind words. I do not get back to every one of you. I hear you, I pray for all of you. May the Almighty raise the nation, may He be with all the groups, and may we be protected. Stay safe, all the best.